Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. For this week's video, we are going to be unboxing some beautiful Stratocaster parts in preparation for a brand new build on our channel. We're going to build a SuperStrat. Now, longtime viewers of the channel know my fondness for putting parts casters together. It's one of my favorite parts of being in the guitar world and being a musician, being able to kind of cobble these really interesting instruments together, usually for like half the price of what a normal one would cost. So anyway, I've never done a Strat one, so that's what we're going to do today. Now, behind me, sorry, on this side, I'm just going to look at my monitor. We've got a Squire Deluxe, a made in Mexico Strat, and an American one. But we've never built one from the bottom up. On the other side here, you can see two of my Telecaster builds. And I was sort of doing that right when the channel started, so I never cataloged those, but they turned out awesome. And I've used them on the channel, from time to time. So anyway, we're gonna add a Stratocaster to the parts casters, and hopefully we end up with something really cool. All right, let's start with the body that I chose for the build. Now, this is the foundation of, your entire build. So we wanted to pick something that we're gonna be happy with long-term. And so, yeah, we went with a Warmoth body. All right, let's start with the unboxings. This is the really fun stuff. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you've likely seen some of these parts because I've been teasing them on Instagram. So go follow me there, just Daryl Braun Guitar if you don't. But anyway, for those who don't follow me on Instagram, let's unbox these babies. All right, so here she is. This thing is absolutely stunning. This is gorgeous. So we've got a flame maple top over an alder body. Okay, and this was done by Warmoth. I used Warmoth for my, other side, my Telecaster neck. You know what, let me just show you guys. So here's the neck I used on my Telecaster build. This was from Warmoth. Really beautiful. It's a walnut neck, and then it's just got this really thick slab. Hopefully you guys can see how thick that is. But anyway, beautiful slab of maple, and it's flame. So yeah, usually when I go down to play this guitar, I just sit and stare at it for a bit before I start playing. It's just stunning. So yeah, really beautiful neck. So having such a good experience with that Tele neck, I decided to, take a chance on a Strat body, and I was not disappointed. This thing's just really beautiful. So it's a black burst finish, so you can see it's black around the edges, and then just kind of fades out with that flame maple. So yeah, very, very light, and yeah, seems very resonant. So we'll see once we all put it together. It's always a bit of a, a nervous crapshoot when you're doing a parts caster, and you just hope that all these parts that you get will fit together into something really beautiful and cohesive. But so far, so good. Yeah, just really pleased with this body. All right, now let's unbox our neck. Now we've got something pretty cool in here as well. Let's check it out. All right, here's our neck. Let's turn it around. We've got a matching black headstock, and this is the Deluxe Neck. So we've got an LSR roller nut, which is really cool. So when we're building a SuperStrat, we want something that's gonna hold tune perfectly. So we've got this beautiful, from the factory installed LSR roller nut. And you can see it's not drilled for a string tree at all either. I'll maybe take a close-up shot for you guys so you can see that. But really cool, big abalone dot inlays. So yeah, just stunning. All right, so we've got our body from Warmoth. We've got our genuine Fender Deluxe Neck. Let's check out what we did for the electronics. All right, let's open it up. So here it is. This is our loaded pickguard from Dark Moon Pickups. Now, obviously, you can see we've done something really special with the pickup covers. This is actual, thick abalone shell on the pickup covers. And Mark was absolutely wonderful to work with. We emailed back and forth a bunch, just talking about, what we wanted for the sound and the aesthetics. And he suggested, matching the abalone pickup covers with the abalone dot inlays on the neck. So we just sort of pull those two elements together. And, I've never seen anybody doing stuff like this. So we've got a black pickup surround with those just really iridescent and full of color pickup covers. So it's going to be really cool, especially on this sort of monochromatic, really aggressive looking SuperStrat we're going to build, just to have that shot of color on the pickups. And here's the back side of the guard. So we've got obviously a set of Dark Moon pickups, and then Mark wired up some really high quality CTS push-pull pots here and a three-way switch. So we'll talk about that in a second. So what we decided to do in terms of the wiring was to go with a three-way switch, so something really simple. And when the push-pulls are down, it's just humbuckers. Okay, and then you can pull one up at a time. So that way I can have like I don't know, a neck single coil if I want to cover some SRV stuff. And then I can just flip to the bridge and have the full humbucker, or in the middle position, blend the humbucker with the single coil, or I can pull both out and just go into single coil mode. So lots of flexibility there. I mean, you could even do like a tele custom thing where you have like the humbucker in the neck and the single in the bridge. So I can't wait to experiment with these sounds, but that's the pickguard. That's the electronics we went with. Really cool stuff. All right, so we've got our SuperStrat body and the neck and the electronics. Now it's time for the hardware. Let's unbox this baby. All right, so we've got a set of Hipshot locking tuning machines. They're all blacked out, so they're gonna look absolutely amazing on the Strat, but they've got open exposed gears. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. It looks really cool. And then we have keystone tuning buttons. So something very different for what you would see on a Strat. So hopefully it gives it that really kind of aggressive custom look. All right, so here's what they look like. Immediately you can notice that exposed gear. It's gonna look absolutely amazing on the back of that headstock. And then we've got our locking gear here, and then I'll flip it over. And here's the keystone button. So I'm pretty excited to see what that looks like on a Strat headstock. I have a feeling it's gonna look really cool and instantly give it that custom look. I should mention that the hip shots are staggered. So you've got 2 high, 2 medium, and 2 low. So we're not gonna have to drill that beautiful black headstock for a string tree. The string should just be able to go through that LSR roller nut, straight to the staggered hip shots, and away we go. And finally, the last piece of major hardware that we need is a trem system. So let's open that up. So we've got our blacked out pop-in bar. Set that aside. All right, here it is. This is the contour bridge from Hipshot. When I was doing my research, this one constantly came up as the top option in terms of smooth playability and tone. So I mean, I can't convey it on camera, but this thing is absolutely heavy. It's solid machined steel. And then this whole plate here is brass. So it's got this brass base plate with steel machined saddles and the block. And I'll take a close up so you guys can actually see the pins. Really interesting system. All right, so here's the pins. You can see on one side there's a bar, and then the other side there's sort of 2 locating pins. So the trem doesn't fluctuate side to side. Really interesting, high quality saddles, and of course a pop-in arm. So no screw in, screw out like typical Fender stuff. Yeah, and like I said, this thick part right here, I'll try to point at it here. Yeah, like this whole part here, it's all brass. So it's supposed to have a really nice bell-like tone, and yeah, sustain like crazy. So that's it, you guys. That's our big bag of parts. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything when I go to put it all together. I also have a box of blacked out hardware, so hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. We'll find out on Monday when I go to put it all together. So stick around the channel because we're gonna do the full build up and hopefully a tone test if we have time on Monday. Let me know if you guys want to see stuff like the soldering and the drilling and all that stuff. Typically when I've done like our Squire build and our Ultimate Epiphone build, I've sort of skipped over those parts, and I get lots of comments in the comment section saying, you know, it would be cool to see that. So I don't know, let me know in the comments below if you actually want to see me like soldering and drilling and all that crap, or if you just want me to skip over it and get to like the basic parts of the build. So let me know in the comments. I'm happy either way. So stick around. On Monday, we're going to do this giant SuperStrat build. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'm super excited about this build. I'll try to put a link to some of the parts I'm using because you guys always request that as well. So check out the video description for some of the more exact parts I'm using. Some of them are custom, so I won't be able to link to them exactly, but I'll send you to the websites and stuff. You guys can check them out. All right, have a great weekend, you guys. We'll see you Monday, and we're going to do this epic build. Take care.